Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of my weekly comic book review show. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to review for today is Suicide Squad issue 2. This issue is about their first real mission is when they have to go into a stadium filled with people, and they're supposed to exterminate everybody and reach this one girl who has something that they need to get in order to complete the mission. When they get into the stadium, they realize that everyone's infected with some sort of really technologically advanced virus, and so they pretty much have to kill everybody. Generally, I did like this issue. Deadshot's being a badass as always. You get your first team casualty here. I enjoyed this issue more than the last one. I think my biggest problem with this, which is a problem that a lot of people have, this right here, and that is Harley's updated costume. Costume redesigns are fine, but you have to keep a lot of things in mind. You have to keep the character's personality, their fighting style, how they act, how they carry themselves, and this costume does not suit Harley in any way. For starters, it's just a slutty costume. It's a corset that's not even fully, done, and panties. That's ridiculous. Harley's fighting style includes a lot of acrobatics. This costume doesn't allow for that. It's unrealistic. And frankly, I think it's really insulting to fans of the character. Other than that, things I really enjoyed about this issue. One, again about Harley, she brings up to El Diablo. She says, I don't understand why everyone thinks I'm so dumb all the time. I was a psychiatrist. And I love this line because no one ever talks about this, and it drives me nuts. Because Harley's always characterized as this incredibly huge idiot who doesn't know what's going on. But she went to school. She was a doctor. Or she was at least an intern. Everyone treats her like she's such a moron. Obviously, she's very well educated. The next comic book I'm going to be reviewing, X-Men Schism. Or Schism. This series is about the X-Men establishing their own island of utopia just for mutants, because tensions have become so high with humans and so many of them have been killed that the beginning starts at a arms conference, and the Cyclops and Wolverine come in to represent the island of Utopia, and their main mission is to ask all the countries of the world to disable their sentinels. But during the conference, there's a terrorist attack by a mutant, which makes things even worse for everybody. And sentinels get activated all over the place. Really enjoyed this series. Really engaging for the most part. I really got into the story right away. I love the relationship between Cyclops and Wolverine because, as you know, it's always kind of been tense for a variety of reasons. The conflict between Cyclops and Wolverine come to a really climactic end. Issue 4 especially, I don't know if you could see that, but the fighting scenes between Wolverine and Cyclops are really beautifully drawn. A lot of the art in this is really well done. Highly recommend this series. And the last one I'm going to be reviewing today is Orchid, or Orchid. This is society has ended as we know it. There's really only the rich that own a bunch of slaves, and there's the poor who are, if they're not being traded into slaves, they're, living pretty sad lives. The main character is named Simon, who is part of a resistance group who is trying to fight the leaders of pretty much everything that's going on in this world. Their group gets caught, and Simon gets tossed over a cliff. He's kind of left for dead, but he wakes up, and somehow he makes his way back to his hometown for refuge. This little boy who's about to be eaten by this giant creature, and he saves the boy, and the mother thanks him and welcomes him into their home. You get introduced to Orchid, and Orchid's kind of this mean, kind of bitchy. She doesn't take shit from anyone, and she is not happy to have Simon in her house, and she wants him to get the fuck out. So they both get arrested, and that's basically, not much happens in this issue, to be honest with you. It's all set up. The real problem I have with this one is, female protagonists being a prostitute. I'm not crazy about, there's one too many Frank Millers in the world. But I guess it works for this kind of situation. I find it kind of irritating. Hope you guys liked my review. Sorry I've been absent, and I'll try to keep up with this from now on. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I love you guys.